Hello, my name is Mike McManaman, and I'm the IPS product owner at LeverX. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of IPS, and in subsequent videos, we'll go over how to create master data, how to create workflow templates, and some use cases. But for today, let's just get a high-level overview of our IPS software. So we like to say that IPS accelerates time to complete with powerful and user-friendly workflows. So IPS helps you manage your business processes directly in SAP, and that can mean in ECC or S/4HANA. So IPS is built on standard workflow, so that gives you all the standard SAP workflow capabilities, but it's easier to modify, it's easier to customize, and there's a lot of built-in functionality that you can't get with standard. So it's a great way to visually monitor the progress of your workflows and your business processes. There's a lot of reporting capabilities, and there's a lot of things just on the screen that tell you what's going on in your process and what are your bottlenecks. We like to say it's built for business users, so you don't actually have to involve IT for most of the things in IPS. You can actually have your business users do most of the work. And so implementation is simple. It's just two transports and then some minimum IT support, but it's usually gets up and running within a day. And so IPS provides a best-in-class workflow tool. It's been around for over 10 years now, a lot of collaboration functionality, and it actually can support any SAP object with our IPS ticket functionality. So what are some of the IPS capabilities? So visual workflow that clearly identifies process statuses and phases. So you can tell where your business process is, um, you know, with any process that you have in your system. You can tell that on a micro level in terms of just seeing an individual workflow or on a macro level where we talk about reporting capabilities. And so, like I said, it supports many SAP objects and SAP user interfaces. So we've done things in the GUI, NWBC, ECTR, it's built directly in there. Fiori, S4, and any SAP object. We've done many SAP objects. Typically we've done a lot of PLM objects, but we've done things like sales orders and purchase orders. We also have intelligent selection of workflow participants using different attributes. So, most customers, want some kind of intelligent way to grab users for workflow based on some kind of attributes, and IPS can do that. And so IPS is a decision-based action workflow, and it supports conditional and parallel paths. So it's decision-based, and we can jump around in the workflow based on the user's decision. So it's a really flexible workflow tool. We have a lot of ad hoc capabilities. So most of the time when we're talking about a business process, it's pretty much the same 80 to 90% of the time, but the 10 or 20% you want to have the flexibility to change the workflow. And we have tools within the IPS tool set that allow us to do that. And we have email notifications for reporting and decisions. We also have a lot of standard out of the box, and we can also customize a lot of automated SAP activities. So, in terms of material creation, status changes, any number of things. So, it's a high level overview of how we break down how IPS is set up. But IPS has phases, which it composes many workflow tasks. We have role configuration, so we can, dynamically choose agents and assign them to workflow. We have tasks, and these are the individual things that end users will make decisions on. We also have an escalation capability. So you will see that you might have a business process, and some users aren't getting to the task quick enough. So we can send out escalation emails based on configuration to end users to let them know that they need to move along in the business process. So what is IPS used in? So like I said, traditionally we've done a lot of PLM processes, but most companies once they install IPS, it might start off in the PLM space or in a PLM business process, but document release, engineering change, things like that. But we've done procurement requests, we've done quality issue requests, sales order releases. So IPS can really be seen as a workflow tool for any business process in SAP. So what are some of the benefits? So you can link objects to change objects, such as we have our own IPS ticket. We also directly integrate with the change record. and you can use an SAP change number with IPS. So we can call automated system tasks at any point in the workflow, maybe integrations. So we do a lot of third-party integrations as well. And like I said, we support all SAP ERP front ends. So we have it built into any way that you want to use it. And it also helps keep SAP ERP as a single source of truth, which is important for most of our customers. And we have out-of-the-box reporting capabilities. Um, so we have a Fiori dashboard. We have other standard reports. Another thing we typically do is we can export all the workflow data into a third-party system. So like Power BI, for example. And you can add attachments during the process easily, and it's integrated directly with SAP DMS. So on our website, we have many case studies. So I encourage you to go and look at that. Here's one for JBS, but what's important here is it's been used for 10 plus years at many companies, and we have many customers that use it. And so please go reach out and look at those because I know case studies are very important. IPS analytics. So one of the reasons customers implement workflow is so they can monitor their processes and see how efficient they are. So you wouldn't implement a workflow solution if you didn't want to see kind of what was going on with it. So with IPS tickets, change records, anything that we workflow enable, we collect a lot of business process details. So with something like the IPS ticket dashboard, and we have other reports. This is one good one. You can get insights into your business processes and find out where the bottlenecks are coming, so you can actually do something about the making it more efficient. So this is built in Fiori, and just a screenshot here. Um, but this is a great way visually to monitor how your business processes are going. And we have other reports as well, and you can build custom cards on top of this one, and you can actually do those yourself as well. So this is an example of the ticket dashboard where you can look at the open and close tickets. And there's other reports within the dashboard, but this is definitely a good one. So to reiterate some of the other points I've made here, so IPS allows users, even without IT backgrounds, the ability to create and modify workflows. So, standard SAP workflow and some of the other workflow tools, it can be difficult to have anybody but IT do them. But with IPS, I've seen it, any business users, people that typically aren't IT, if you want to allow that with security, they can modify workflows and they can do a lot of the things on their own. And it's because it's built on standard SAP technology. Users can use workflow to guide, build the work through the product lifecycle in an SAP environment, which is important. So you're not doing things outside the system. In workflow creatives, they will use master data, and in a subsequent video, I'll go over in detail how you can do this. It's pretty simple. You can create a workflow in a matter of minutes rather than days or weeks. But think of a master data as a building block, and workflow creators will use those building blocks to create workflow templates. And then the workflow template itself are tasks assembled in a structured order to accomplish something. So it depends on your business process. So I won't go into too many details here, but high level, you create workflow master data, um, phases and roles and tasks, and you define some rules and what you want in the inbox. And then you'll take that master data and then you'll create workflows with a drag and drop tool. And I've seen, training takes, a couple of hours. So users can get off and running with a process really quick. So here's an architecture slide. You can pause and look at it, and I can send it to you as well. But we use best practices when we've built IPS over the last 10 years. And one more important note: recently, um, we got into the SAP store, so it's a big accomplishment. And if you'd like to find out more information about IPS, I encourage you to go to the SAP store. It'll be constantly up to date, and you can learn more about pricing and some of the things about it. So thank you for now. I hope that was a good overview, and I'll catch you in subsequent videos. Thanks.